What's up guys, Sand Legend here, back again with another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and in today's video we are doing another OPTC Roulette challenge. If you don't know what these challenges are, basically I made a bunch of roulette wheels, put some content on them, whatever I spin, that's what I do. I've already done 3 videos on this, so if you want to go check those out, you can. In today's video, I actually did add a new spot to the content type wheel, being labeled the challenge. And what the challenge entails is that I'll be having to do some pieces of content using only free-to-play teams. So that's exactly what I land on in today's spin. And what I landed on was doing the free-to-play arenas. So this is probably going to be a challenge here, just because of the fact that I personally don't believe the arenas can be free-to-play, especially the one that I think we're all thinking of being Hawkins. I really hate that arena. I don't know if you know already, I hate that arena so much. But hopefully we can get through it when we get to it. But in today's video, we're only going to be doing a couple of them, only because there's a lot of arenas to go through, and I don't want to do all of them in one video. So we're just going to be doing the first 3 that first came out when arenas started being a thing, being Kamazo, Farnosuke, and the X Drake. So I will see you guys whenever I'm able to make these teams. Alright guys, so for this first team, looking at Kamazo, we are going to be using the Super Type Blackbeard as our captain. And you may be wondering, Sand Legend, he is a legend character, why are you using him? And that's because he was a Pirate Rumble reward if you did 50 runs in Pirate Rumble. And that's really for any legend that now debuts on Pirate Rumble as a reward. It is 50 runs to do to get that legend. So basically these legends are free to play at this point. I will be using, if I have to, these legend characters. I'm gonna try my best to avoid using them though, because I don't want to use them. But if I have to use them, I have to use them. Plus, they are technically free to play. I'm going by what the system for the character table is, and farmable. The farmable search part is listing them as farmable characters. So I will be using them in free to play videos. Either way, this team right here actually performed really well. Used some really weird units. As you see here, I have the Virgo on here. Now, this isn't the Clash Virgo. This is the Neo Clash Virgo. Which is a unit I don't think people will even know about or even have. But he came out with Neo Clashes, obviously, and he's a pretty okay unit, getting rid of damage reduction by 5 turns, which is exactly what we need on stage 4. He also gives some attack boost for striker characters, which we don't really use like effectively, just because there's only like 3 strikers on the team. We also have the Blitz Battle Doflamingo with the Halloween Blitz Battle or whatever. He's only there to get rid of Special Mind for X Drake, which is the next character I'm going to talk about, being able to reduce our cooldowns when we get to stage 5. We also have a very, very weird choice here, being the King. This is Coliseum King, and if you don't know already, or you can tell, he is not boosted by either one of these units. Yamato boosts striker, driven, and int characters, and Blackbeard boosts int and strength characters. So King is not getting a boost. Why is he on the crew? Because he gets rid of defense up and spare by 5 turns. And he also delays the enemy, which is actually pretty important on stage 4, because there is no immunity on stage 4. And the reason why it's important that he delays is because we do have the Summer Monet attached to Virgo, giving us a delay conditional boost on a special activation, so we can do enough damage output on that stage. Now, we do have Yamato, which is obviously why the obvious reason why they're there is to get rid of the bind passively with their captain ability on stage 5, and they also do give us Wano slots with block orbs on stage 4 that we actually get to keep for the rest of the run. Now, the Blackbeard, the reason we're using him is because of his super type ability, mainly to remove the damage notification that happens on the revive of Kamazo. And it's just really important that we're able to do that, so we can get through with that arena. And we also have the ability to stack his attack and orb boost up to a 4 times attack and orb boost for himself, so that he's hitting extremely hard against Kamazo. Overall though, this is a really solid team. for what it can do. Really surprised at the unit choices I made for this team, but it all worked out in the end. So yeah, pretty good team here. Now, talking about Arena Fornosuke, I did not enjoy making teams for this just because it became very difficult to find units to fit the bill for the teams I was trying to make. Now, obviously, I could have used another variation of Yamato here to get around the bind that happens on stage 5. I'd say stage 4, but you get the spirit first, so that shuts off the captain abilities, which also became a problem too because I couldn't really bring anyone to get rid of like debuffs with captain abilities due to the fact that they get the spirit first. And supports were out of the option because supports would activate immediately when you get binded and you can't use those same supports on stage 5. So this is the team I came up with right here. I'm using the Film Red login bonus Luffy just because of the fact that he's actually not that bad in this arena. And he does have the bind removal in his captain ability by 1 turn, but we're not using it on stage 4. We're mainly going to be using it on stage 5. And as you'll see, it's not really that much of an issue for stage 4 either, because we also have the unit of Don Krieg, which is also a pretty wild choice for this team, just because of the fact that he springs for one thing, and he shouldn't have any synergy with any of this team, but he actually works out pretty well. And when we do use him, he also provides a damage reduction, which is pretty important since we can have enough health to deal with stage 5. Now, we also have the Hina, which is obviously good for this fight, giving us the cooldown reduction, the block orb removal, and the orb boost, so really nothing else to talk about there. We have the Boa Sisters giving us damage reduction removal, and we also have Koala here giving us an attack boost for 2 turns, and having the ability to remove hunger, because we do take 2 turns to defeat the Zoro there, so we do get inflicted with hunger there, so her ability to remove hunger is pretty good. We also have the Straw Hat crew on this team here, just because of the fact that they will be able to get around the orb changing interrupt special on stage 5 by giving us rainbow slots. And they also is going to give us the attack orb powerfully boost and the chain boost there on stage 5. And we also have the ability of the ship too. This is the Coded Sunny ship, being able to give us a little bit of damage reduction on stage 5, so that when Fornosuke goes to attack us, if you don't know already, the way he works is he will half your health first and then attack. So this ensures us that we survive at least one of these hits, so that we can defeat him on the next stage. So this team does work out pretty well, regardless of the units I put on here. One thing also is that you have to be able to hit your perfects with this team, because there's not enough damage output from just Koala and Straw Hat crew being dex units. So you have to rely on the final tap. So if you don't hit your perfects, then you won't be able to actually beat this arena with this team. talking about the last team here really quickly, just because of the fact that this team actually does go by pretty fast. So we have the X-Strike Arena here with this team. This team is just, it was flawless in what it did. So what the team does in general is we have the 5+ Kazuna class Jack and Trash Map Stussy being able to get around all the debuffs on stage 5, getting rid of the paralysis, attack down, special bind, and despair, all by the appropriate number of turns too. So that's like really good. For some reason, they decided to give them four turns of debuffs, which is just like, it's like a cakewalk for free-to-play units because most of them do have 4-turn debuff removal. We also have the Hawkins, which is surprisingly a good unit in this arena. But I do think he was made for this arena. I want to say personally he was, because he does get rid of both defense up and damage reduction on stage 4. We also have the Treasure Map Big Mom, which is really good for this arena too, on stage 4, getting rid of the block wards for us and giving us assorted buffs. I think a 3x attack boost and a 1.2 or so times orb and color affinity boost, which is enough damage to actually deal with stage 4. Originally, I was going to use the Marco ACC there as the dedicated attack booster for that stage, but Big Mom just worked out a lot better, and instead I just used him for the switch ability, getting around the unfavorable slots that the Hawkins is going to give us on stage 3. So he's actually really good in helping us clear that stage a lot faster. And we also are running Straw Hat Crew yet again because of the fact that we do get inflicted with type slots being unfavorable for the rest of the run. So using their special, we do get the rainbow slots and all the other assorted buffs too, being the attack or color affinity and so on and so forth. And this, like I said, this team was just really fast and efficient. It's a cakewalk with this team playing against this arena right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I will see you guys in the next video.